Guys, so this is a 3-day challenge that I developed in January with a friend of mine named Matt Camp. And this challenge is a little bit more special to me than any of the other times that I've ran it before. And the reason why is because this is my first challenge that I'm doing as a newly married man. And I can't tell you how much that means to me to be here and standing in front of you guys doing this challenge. And I know that sounds weird, right? Like I feel like I went Super Saiyan, like I transformed, like, bro, no more hoes, locked down on one, like no distractions, just my marriage and the business, our family, our kids. It's so beautiful, bro. Like I just feel so happy. And this is going to be probably the first challenge that I've ever done where I don't feel I have any type of depression or anxiety in me. And I'm telling y'all this from the standpoint of I just feel so happy. And this is me operating at what I feel is my highest potential. And guys, I'm just so excited to teach y'all. And so everybody in here, man, I didn't get a chance to see. I was eating real quick. My wife made me some food. Want to know where's everybody from in the comment section and just kind of drop where you're at, dude, and who here is ready to learn some real estate today. I know I got a lot of you guys that may have never done a deal before. If you've never done a real estate deal in your whole life and you're joining this challenge and you're really committed, drop a one in the comment section. I want to see who you are. For my people that have already done a deal, and I know that I got some of y'all in here, right? Some of you guys are like, oh, ha, we've done plenty. Where are my veterans at that have done at least one or two deals? Drop a two in the comments and stand up and represent. Reason why I want to do this, guys, is because I don't want anybody in here to feel that they're alone. Okay? Because we're all in different parts of our journey, in different parts of our lives. And God meets you exactly where you're at in that moment. Okay? So we don't judge no one, but I want everybody here to know that there is some relatability between us. Okay? Because, like some of you guys that are here, that have never done a deal before, there was a time when I was in that exact position. That exact position, y'all. Like I remember I had just got out of jail. Your boy was trafficking marijuana. I was doing that before I became a real estate investor. The only job that I ever had was at Jack in the Box. I dropped out of school in my ninth grade. And I repeated ninth grade probably 3 times before I threw in the towel on that. And then I went to go get my GED and I failed that twice. I didn't want to spend $150 to retake it again. So I never got my GED. So you guys are getting mentored by somebody whose only job experience is Jack in the Box, who doesn't have neither a GED or a high school diploma. And I'll tell you guys this, this business is equal playing ground for everybody. Over the last 12 years of my career, I've closed well over 1,000 properties in my time frame. If you guys know anything about me, I specialize in curative title work. I take on the messy title deals, and it's what we teach inside of the cheat code community, which I would love for y'all to be a part of. It's a paid group. I mentor and coach every single day. We have a cheat code call tonight, and we're starting an entirely new series on judgments and liens. So if you want to join, it's $25 for the month of October to join. Price goes up. Alex, if you can switch the pricing on it just for the people that are in this group today, drop the school group. You guys, that is my thing right here. We run this whole community in school. There's over 300 members. Everybody in there is getting mentorship. There's courses, there's guidance, there's everything. It's a lot of fun. That's for all of you guys to want to be a part of this, maybe on a more deeper level. And maybe some of you guys are in here looking for a little bit more hand holding, right? So, we meet every week. We do things every week. I teach series of things that we do every week that pertain to what I feel is one of the greatest ways that anybody can close and fund their first real estate deal. Now, besides that, I have been blessed with the opportunity during this challenge to give away a few things. So we're going to be giving away an entire buyers list of over 2.1 million cash buyers in all of America. We're going to be doing that on the third day to one random person in this group that has done the homework and that has been a part of the challenge for all 3 days. To be a part of the giveaway, you have to have participated. Now, some of you guys are just jumping in. Maybe it could be rah-rah for you, but for the guys that are in here that are actually trying to do it, how many of you in here that are really, really trying to do it? Like, you're not just in this call because this is some stuff you may be looking for motivation or something. I don't know. I want to give y'all homework. I want to give you guys actionable items that y'all need to complete to do this. If that's you, drop a one in the comments if you're actually committed and you came here not to mess around, but to really put your pedal to the metal and put in that work. You get what I'm saying? And so, guys, we're going to be giving away a huge cash buyers list. I'm going to be giving away a lifetime membership to the paid platform for the coaching. That's number two. And then the third thing, guys, you are going to be getting a Deal Machine account free for an entire year. And so those are our three giveaways, man. But you got to be present. You got to be attending all 3 days. You have to have submitted your homework. And on the third day, we're going to go over a lot of different things. This challenge is not just a what if thing. There are people that have gone through this challenge that can attest to this. Jonathan being one of them. I know he's in this call, who went through this challenge and closed their first real estate deal doing it. They put their first property under contract and closed their first real estate deal doing it. And so, guys, this is not just some rah rah stuff. If you actually do what I hope that you learn in these videos as we progress throughout the next couple of days that we're going to be doing this, I promise you, you will see massive success in this business. Okay. And so, guys, I'm excited to mentor y'all. I appreciate it. I just have one favor to ask for everybody here. If you are here today and you've heard my story, you want to be at this level where you're closing real estate deals consistently in your business, can I ask you guys for a favor? Am I qualified to ask y'all for a favor? Drop a one in the comments if that's you. Really. Because I'm only going to ask you for one thing. And mind you, I don't ask anybody for anything. I handle stuff on my own most of the times. So just want to know, do I really have everybody's attention here? Because I need to ask y'all for a favor. Can y'all do me this solid? Just this one time. One time. Can y'all mute your devices for just 5 minutes? Like just 30 minutes, 40 minutes is all I need. Today's call, I just need 30 to 40 minutes of your time. That's it. I just need you to be with me and seeing what I'm doing and follow through with this. Okay. And so, guys, as always, before we begin, I just want to just say this for everybody. Eyes closed, heads bowed down for a moment. Be with me. Father God in heaven, I want to pray over every single soul that is a part of today's call on this Zoom today that has gotten the courage to enter this thing and to take this challenge seriously. Father God, I pray that you just enter into them and use them, Lord, to do your will. I pray that you give them courage. I pray that you give them faith. I pray that you grant them with wisdom. And I pray that you allow them to be coachable and to know that this business is possible for them. I speak blessings over every single soul that is in today's call. I pray over your success. I pray over your health. I pray over your families. I pray that you are protected by the love of God. And I push away any negative energy within you. I cast it into the fire in Jesus' name. If there is any form of anxiety, depression, lack of self worth, or doubt that exists in any mind of any soul that is in this call today, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. And I pray that God would rip it from your brain and cast it into the fire. Guys, today, let's make it a holy day. Let's lead first with intention. Let's lead first with what we know God has already given us. He's already given us the greatest gift, and that is the experience of this life. So what we do on this life is our gift to him. Okay? So if everybody received that prayer, all hands type amen. All God's people type amen in the comment section. Let's rock and roll. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? I hope y'all don't mind if I do that, man. I love Jesus so much, and if I don't take the opportunity to at least showcase how important it is to have a relationship with Jesus, what am I even doing on this platform? I feel that the Lord has blessed me with a stage. I've taught real estate my whole life. I've only ever done real estate stuff. So for me to openly talk about God is a very uncomfortable thing for me. But I am going to be a pastor one day, and I am going to lead more people to Jesus one day. And I don't mean to apologize. I'm saying this as uh, it makes me feel like sometimes unworthy or maybe unqualified. And that's a normal human experience. But I know that the Lord is greater than the way that I feel. You get what I'm saying? And so I speak about it and I boast about it because I boast in my weakness. And so I like to be honest, because I don't want to lie to any of y'all. All right. So let's rock and roll with this, man. Let's get people going, dude. And yeah, you're right. I don't need to be, but I want to be. And that is a goal of mine. Let's get rocking and rolling, guys. So everybody here to join this challenge, you get Deal Machine for free for the next 7 days. Now you only need it for the 3 days that we're doing it. Okay. But I would recommend that you keep it and that you actually use it and that you make it applicable to what you do Monday through Saturday as you're working your business. I say Monday through Saturday because I work 6 days a week. So for everybody here, there is a link in the comment section. I want you guys to download this link and then follow through with me. Click the link, sign up for the free trial. It's going to ask you for your debit card information. That's part of the damn free trial. You get it for 7 days. If you truthfully feel that you don't need it within that time frame, all good. I'll love you the same. But this is what's required for you guys to be a part of the challenge. I would hope that all of you guys download this app and use it. I would hope that all of you guys click on the link and try it out for the next 7 days. It's a requirement to do this challenge. Some of you guys might already be using it. Don't worry about it. There's not any specific rules to this. If you're already using it, great. If you're not, don't worry about it. The link is free. It's not going to charge you. You got 7 days to use it for free. What's it going to hurt, right? And guys, there's an app that you want to download on your phone. Download the app too, because I know I have some of you guys that are watching on your cell phones. Man, it's so cool to have such a big crowd, dude. We almost broke 100 people today, too. We do this every month for the community. I know a lot of you guys are following me from the Wholesaling Houses Elite group, and some of y'all are in the paid and free communities that we have. I'm just so thankful for y'all to be here. Okay, so first things first, I want to go over marketing with you guys. In the beginning phases of this challenge, for the next 3 days, we're going to be going over three specific things. The first thing is going to be prospecting, not marketing, prospecting. Prospecting is different than marketing. A lot of people think that a real estate lead is like anybody at any address and any specific thing. That's not the case. A real estate lead is somebody who carries the intention of selling their property. That's an actual lead. That is somebody that you've spoken to, qualified. They said that they were interested in receiving an offer and they've been pushed to your CRM. And it's your job to call that person back to make them an offer at whatever real estate strategy that you use, whether it's creative finance, subject to, lease option, wraparound mortgage, whatever it is, or wholesale, which is 90% of you guys that are in here, which is okay. Whatever your strategy is, that's the name of the game. Now, before all of this, right? Before all of this, I was doing probably what 90% of you guys were doing. I was downloading a giant list of leads. I think my favorite one was high equity absentee owner, right? But that's like 100,000 addresses. I mean, how many people have almost paid off their house in your area? I would assume that it's a lot. I live in San Antonio. I don't know about you guys, but over here, population is like 3.2 million. We're like a huge city now. It wasn't like that 5, 6 years ago. I mean, the population was like 1 million less. But a lot of people from Cali moving here because it's pretty cheap, but it's also now getting expensive, right? So why am I saying this? Is because years ago, I used to do what everybody else was doing. I'd download a list of 100,000 plus leads, and then I'd cold call them to no avail. And I would bang my head against a wall because it would take me forever to get to one person. How many of you guys are experiencing the same thing, right? A high equity absentee owner. I think we've all hit that list at least once. Maybe some people don't even know what the hell that is. That's fine. We're going to rock it together. I'm going to show you guys one of the best ways, in my opinion, to find leads. And you see, I was running in a circle doing this over and over and over. It was that to the point where I realized it was driving me crazy. Like it was really driving me crazy because I felt like I wasn't talking to anybody. I felt like I wasn't having genuine conversations with people that are actually motivated to sell real estate. So for me, you need the basic version, by the way. For Deal Machine, you can just sign up for the basic, and that's the free trial. That's the basic. And I think that's the only one that's available for the free. If you choose to upgrade the account later, you're more than welcome to. You can also pay for the year in advance. It's up to you, right? But I think that can we all say that we're on the same page, that we've called a lot of people to no avail, and it seems like nobody wants to sell their house? I didn't realize that the biggest mistake I was making was I wasn't creating a high valued, high motivated list. Guys, you don't need 100,000 leads to make it big in your business. You just need maybe 50 leads that you're sure of. That's it. You just need maybe 50 leads that you are sure of. So how does that work? How does that work? So guys, I'm going to go over this with y'all and share my screen, and I'm going to give you guys some homework, and we're going to rock and roll with this thing together. Is everybody ready to begin this? Let's get it, man. I am so excited to get this thing going with y'all. So I'm going to share my screen. If you had it before, you can use a different email. I don't believe that the challenge pertains to that. So guys, this is Deal Machine. Now, this is just the map part of the browser. If we go to the dashboard here, you can see some of the cool stuff that they have available. They have a podcast. They do consistent episodes in regards to different ways that you can utilize the platform. They show you how many prospects that you have. We have 78,000 leads, how many leads I'm currently marketing to, how many leads are marked as warm, under contract, appointment set. This is somewhat of the what I would call the CRM part of the software. You can see how many leads that you're adding, how many calls that you've made, and how many pieces of mail that you sent. See, Deal Machine is a dialer. It is a lead gen software. It is a driving for dollars tool. And it is also a direct mail engine that you can use from your freaking phone. It's like 50 cents a postcard. It's so cool. And you can send you can send out these properties on the fly. Like you can send out these letters on the fly to the properties that you're finding. Okay, so this is your dashboard. In this dashboard, it's going to tell you a little bit about your company's KPIs and you can filter through whatever it is that you would like. If you go to map, this is where you can build your list out. So Deal Machine used to be a driving for dollars thing. So like if I wanted to go to, I don't know, let's say Bear County, San Antonio, because I'm in San Antonio, right? So we're gonna do Bear County, and let me search it and scroll down. Looks like I might have to just type this out. Just Bear County, Texas. This is all of San Antonio, right? So like back then, the way Deal Machine used to work is if you wanted to drive for dollars, you would select start driving, right? And then you'll take your little guy somewhere around here. Oh, wait, where'd he go? Start driving and then select my little guy here. Go into a little neighborhood, kind of just like zoom in on something. This looks like a neighborhood. Cool. And then we can take our little guy somewhere and drag and drop him, but I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Okay. Either the little guy is not here or I'm not doing this right. Okay. All of these are addresses. If I switch to map options, we can do satellite view and we could see the top of all these different properties in this neighborhood. So I can start drawing, I can toggle past drives. When you can virtually drive for dollars here, there's a section of the app that allows for you to do that. And I'm not sure why it's not working for me. But guys, normally there's like a little dude and you literally just drag and drop him in there. Start driving. Okay. Select an area of the map. That's fine. And then hit that. There we go. And now we are in here, y'all. So this is a very popular neighborhood to buy real estate in, right? So guys, how many of y'all drive for dollars, waste gas, right? So like, let's look at this house. I mean, this house looks pretty dilapidated. I can add this lead to my CRM straight from there. And we're like, okay, let's just go down the street and look for another house that looks dilapidated. You see what I'm doing? This is called virtual driving for dollars. So again, we can go down each neighborhood and look for stuff. So there's another one here. You can add another lead there. So this is what Deal Machine used to be, and they made it virtual. So guys, no longer do you have to be physically driving for dollars anymore. It's not a necessity. With Deal Machine, you can do it for free. And well, not for free, it's part of your subscription, but it's something to take a look at. That's one of the features that this app has. So maybe some of you guys might have an area where you want to go and let's say just drive for dollars, right? Well, you can do that now virtually without needing any type of like a gas or car or whatever, right? So that's the virtual driving for dollars part. I'm going to select back to the standard map that's here. This is where we're going to spend 90% of our time in today's call. Now, kind of let me just go over a few more things, okay? When you build your list will be here in the leads section. Now, since I have 78,000 plus leads in mine, we don't want to kind of wait for this to load. I'll show you what this looks like. You can go back and look at multiple lists that you've already created in the past, and you can also import your own list from another party. In Deal Machine, every single record that you have has a phone number. These are people that could potentially want to sell their houses. So, kind of going through all of this, guys, I mean, you can literally just hit the call button and you can start calling them from the platform now, which leads me to the dialer. This is the dialer functionality that you can utilize within Deal Machine. It assigns a phone number for whatever market that you're in, and that phone number will be what they will see, not your personal phone number. When they call back, they'll call that personal phone number, and that phone number that goes through Deal Machine will route that call to your cell phone. So it'll look like you got a motivated seller call. In the mail center here, I'll go over this stuff more in detail tomorrow. You can send out postcards and you can build different types of postcards and view the mail that you have in queue. So, guys, in the mail center here, you can look at all these different variants of like postcard types. You can even upload and create your own. They come with pre-designs as well. You can search through some of the designs that are here that are available. It's a really cool software, guys. So this is what we're going to be doing. What I figured out at the beginning of my business was that if I wanted to find somebody who was for sure motivated to sell, I really needed to create something. And there's three types of leads that typically exist when you're building out your list. And I'm going to show you what that looks like now. We're going to go into some marketing today, okay? So again, all today is about is creating what I call your client profile. Another fancy word for this is customer avatar. A lot of people, they market, but you could be marketing to the wrong avatar. If I'm going to go and sell slushies, I promise you I'm going to find more business in places where people are dehydrated or they're needing some type of fresh drink. I'm not going to be able to sell slushies in an ice skating rink where it's extremely cold inside. It's just not how it works. And so a lot of times you have the right product, but you don't have the proper customer that's in front of you. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to create our client profile. What is a motivated seller lead, guys? What are some of the motivated sellers that you know of that are actually interested in selling? What are some of the common things that they're going through in their business? It's called the 5 Ds: death, debt, divorce, distress, and I believe there's a fifth one. I always forget what it is. Somebody help me out. 50: death, debt, divorce, disease, distress. Death, debt, divorce, disease, distress. Death, debt, divorce, disease, distress. Somebody write this down in the comment section. Death, debt, divorce, disease, distress. Very simple. Death, somebody's going to want to sell their property because they just recently passed away. Inheriting mom's house. Well, I already have my own house. Why do I want to pay for my mom's house too? I don't know, right? Let's take them. Let's just say screw it. And as a family, we sell it, right? So death, debt. I'm behind on something. I'm losing something. People are coming after me for money. I need to sell everything I got. I have to relinquish myself of debt because the debt is causing something. Death, debt, disease. I'm sick. I need money for medical bills. We got to sell the property. I could be dying soon. I don't know. Right? Death, debt, disease, distress. Man, something's stressing me out in the property. Maybe it just needs a lot of work. Maybe it's a house that needs to be fully renovated or torn down. Distress typically involves the exterior part of a property. So if I'm looking at a house and I see that it has multiple things that are wrong with it, like as pertains to the basic condition of the house, that is a distressed piece of real estate. How many guys drive around your town and you notice these houses that look like they're freaking their roofs are falling over. The grass covers up the front house at the door. You can't even see the front house because the grass is so high. That's distress. Those are properties that are in distress and they're not being taken care of. And then the last one's divorce. Two people separating. We own a house together. We need to sell it, get it out of our names. See, these are 5 reasons that someone wants to sell. Now, if you're smart, you'd put these things into buckets. You're going to put these things into buckets. What does that look like? I'm going to share my screen with you guys. We're going to whiteboard this thing, and I am a whiteboard god. Okay, so we're going to rock and roll with this. Let me share a whiteboard with y'all. We're going to go into this together. Oh, nope, that is not it. Wrong whiteboard. I'm going to draw this out fresh on this so that we can all do this together. Can everybody see my screen? And let me make it so that you guys can't edit. Okay. Can everybody see this? Let me know. I'm going to go over this for you guys, okay? So, guys, in this business, there are multiple tiers of data. There are multiple tiers of individuals that are potentially interested in selling a house. Tier 3 data is the lowest form of data that you can acquire, but it's also very necessary. It's where you're going to spend 90% of your money when you purchase these leads because it's a bulk purchase. It's quite a lot, if I'm being honest. Tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. So tier 3 is your bulk data for your business. It's high equity, basically leads that are almost paid off. It's low equity, meaning that they just purchased the property and haven't paid it down much. It's free and clear, meaning that they don't owe a damn thing on it, which there's a lot of that. Or it's unknown, meaning that the mortgage companies haven't disclosed the amount of equity that they may have in their property. We don't know if they refinanced it. We don't know if they have equity. We don't know if they have no equity. There's a lot that goes into this. So when we look at tier 3 data, tier 3 data is the first type of record that you should acquire. That is how you build your list in the beginning. Tier 2 data. This is tier 2. Tier 2 are leads that you can pull directly from the county that are typically lists that compile of about, let's say, 5,000 to 10,000 records max. Tier 2 data is your senior owners. These are people that are over the age of 65 that may own a piece of real estate or they may want to separate themselves from a piece of real estate or maybe they're retiring or they're a real estate investor who no longer wants to buy property, so they rather just out the properties that they have. So again, when we look at tier two data, seniors are a very big deal. I like working with senior owners. A lot of the times they're interested in selling their properties and they're just wanting to get rid of it, go into a retirement home, and spend the last of the years loving their family. Tax delinquency. Tax delinquency is very straightforward. It's not unpaid taxes to the IRS. That's a federal tax lien. This is tax delinquency, meaning they haven't paid their property taxes. They could be losing their property for non-property payments for their taxes, non-tax payments on their properties. So when we look at that, guys, that's another thing that we want to kind of take into consideration. Tax delinquency, meaning that they're behind on taxes 2 years or more. That's what I go after. Recent arrests. This is something that not a lot of people go after. I love recent arrest lists, guys, because to me, recent arrest is like these are people that just got arrested at a property. They could be going on their third or fourth DWI, and we wouldn't know. But they got picked up at their house for driving drunk again. Now they need an attorney to sell their property. You can request all of this information in open records. Oh, it's called open records request in your area. A lot of times, if you just type into Google the name of your county and type in open records request, you can pull this type of information. Now, Deal Machine has some of these lists already available. We're going to go after that together. The third one is water shutoff. These are people who are not using water currently or properties that don't have water currently. Sometimes those properties could be occupied. It's something to take a look at, guys. I once bought a house from a lady. She must have been like 60 plus years old, dude. And her daughters abandoned her. She was using electricity from her neighbors through an extension cord and a microwave and a stove to cook. It was an electric stove that you plugged in. And then she was using buckets of water from the manguera from blah. I'm sorry. I'm West Side San Antonio Rays from the water hose outside. Okay, so from the water hose outside, this lady was taking baths in buckets. She didn't have water and she didn't have electricity, and it was the middle of winter. Guys, this lady gave me her house. Long story short, I helped her get into a nursing home. I fixed her car. I helped her get all of her benefits because her daughters were taking advantage of her. And she literally told us, I want you, like, she literally told me, she's like, Q, you remind me of my son who took his own life. You helped me in a way that no one else has ever helped me. I didn't care to sell the house. I didn't want the house. It has all the worst memories. I was tortured by my husband in it. My son killed himself in it. My daughters abandoned me. You're the only thing that ever came into my life that was a blessing that helped me. And I remember I was like, what do you want? Like, I'll give you 50K for your property. Like, what are you doing? She gave me that house, y'all. And that house I found on a water shutoff list. She gifted it to me. I paid $10 for that property. I still own it today. It is one of my rental houses and I own it free and clear. It's worth over $300,000. I bought it in 2017, 8 years ago. It was my first rental property, and it's still in my portfolio today. Unfortunately, she passed away 3 years ago, and I got a chance to go to her funeral. But she lived the last of her years with assisted living, and there were people that were checking up on her, and she had made friends with the other seniors that were in the community as well. So, guys, that's what going this far for people is going to get you. I'm telling y'all, and that's what we do. A lot of people think as wholesalers in this business, some of y'all might have like maybe what do you call that? It's like a syndrome when you think that you're doing something bad because of the nature of the business. A lot of people that I meet that get into wholesaling, they think that we're taking advantage of people. No, we're not. If you can help someone and you go above and beyond, guys, this lady was bathing in a house using a water hose. She was freaking, she had no electricity. I dropped her off with her daughters to spend Thanksgiving with her kids, and her kids took her back to her house and left her there. Imposter syndrome is that. She had no one until she got my postcard. And I came over there and I helped her. I put her on Meals and Wheels. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but for my people that grew up in the hood, you might know. But that is a government program where you just have to showcase that you're making less than $100 a month and you get 3 meals delivered to your door for I think it's like $13 and some change every month a day. That's Monday through Sunday. Random people who are service workers will come and deliver you food. It's microwavable food and it's, Lunchables, things like that. But it's something I gave that lady that. She told me that she was making X amount of money, but she wasn't receiving all of her benefits. Her daughters were labeled as her caretakers on her paperwork. Her husband died in the military. Like, dude lived a valiant life, was awarded a Medal of Honor. This guy was serving military 20, 30 years. The wife should be set. So where's all her money going? Guys, her daughters lived in a house in Helotes, Texas that was like a four-bedroom, two bath. They were neighbors. They lived next to each other. They were beautiful homes, newly constructed at the time. And why they didn't take in their grandma, it's not my business. I don't even know what they went through. Maybe the grandma neglected them. I don't know. But I don't think that any person who has an ability to take care of their parents should neglect them. And that's just me. It's not my business. When I dropped them off, they said, "What are you doing here? Get out of here. It's not your business. That's my mom, not your mom. Why do you care so much?" And they pushed me out. And so, man, it's such a crazy story to tell you guys this because this lady, all the way until closing, I helped her in every single category. She didn't care about making a lot of money. She just wanted security. That's it. And she gave me that house. It's crazy, but she gave me that house. So, guys, I just want y'all to know that's how far we go for people. We ain't taking advantage of nobody. I'm in a position to help people. The more people that you bless, the more that you will see success. When we make offers, we make fair cash offers based on profitability, but also based on our ability to solve a problem. I promise you, if you feel like you're ripping someone off, you're not solving a problem. That's why. This business and wholesaling is built around solving problems. I say this in all of my communities, and I'll repeat it to everybody in this call. We find problems, we solve problems, we get paid. Somebody repeat it after me. We find problems, we solve problems, we get paid. Does everybody understand? Come on, yo. Repeat it after me. Find problem, solve problem, get paid. That's what we do. I am not in the business of taking advantage of no one. We do this business the right way or we don't do it at all. So vacant properties, guys, are verified by USPS. It's an API connection between Deal Machine and USPS. It is honestly such a beautiful thing. So every single month on Deal Machine, you can for sure bet that you are getting an accurate list of properties that are listed as vacant by USPS on your dashboard. Absentee, meaning they live somewhere else, but they own a property. Tired landlord means that they've had the same rental property for 15 years. They over the age of 65. They're interested in selling their house. Code enforcement. These are active code enforcement violations against properties. Active military. These are people that are in the military that own real estate. Veterans, people that served in the military and now own real estate. Disabled, these are people that own real estate, but they have a disability. Come on, we're going to build some lists today, y'all. I'm going to show you guys how you can find these problems to help people. Tier 1 data is reserved for my people that are interested in cracking the cheat code. Tier 1 data is how you get houses for 10 cents on the dollar. If you really
Find
want to learn
problem,
that and you want to
solve
get far
problem,
in the
get paid.
business, if you really want to learn that and you want to go into this business, y'all, tier 1 data is where it's at all day, every day. Get in the cheat code group. It's 25 bucks to join.
It
I'll
was
have
a
Alex
dog
drop the link
coming.
in
I was trying to yell at you so you get in the house.
Torrents. Probate, pre-foreclosure, liens, judgments, affidavits, memorandums, list pendants, federal tax liens. I just got off of the phone with my guy Nick, and he already figured it out in his county. And I told him he's going to be the first guy to probably break 1 million using the strategy. I'm telling you this because I speak it from confidence and experience. This right here is one of the best ways to find real estate leads. Unfortunately, it's not something that's fully compatible with Deal Machine. This is cheat code stuff. This is stuff that comes from the county. Your county records are updated in real time. So if you can figure out how to crack the code in your county and pull these types of leads, some of you guys are going to have to read through hundreds of documents to figure it out. Some of you guys are going to have to go through every single type of listing or property use code. There's 1 million different reasons of why this could work for you and why it can't. It could be hard for you. It could be easy for you. So again, if you can figure that part out, that's one of the most profitable things we've ever done. So then what do we do? How do we make a high quality lead? We have different tiers of data, tier 3 being the least valuable, tier 2 being the second least valuable, and then tier 1 being the most valuable. What we're going to do now, guys, is I'm going to have y'all follow me here, and I am going to create a motivated seller list that I know for a fact is going to convert. For everybody here, this method of business, this methodology that we're going to be going over, is called list stacking. List stacking is the art. I call this an art because what we're going to do is we're going to paint a picture of who our client customer avatar is because I want to find people who want to sell houses. I don't want to talk to somebody who doesn't want to sell. I don't want to talk to somebody who doesn't have to sell. I want to talk to the people who need to sell. That's who I want to talk to. And so, guys, for everybody in here, let's rock and roll on this. I'm going to build 3 lists for you guys, and I'm going to give y'all homework to mirror me and build your 3 lists and submit that you completed your homework. Okay? During this time frame, what we're going to be doing and we're going to focus on completely is just pulling lists. I want you guys to spend the homework pulling lists, and you guys are going to create three of them. Okay? So check this out. I'm going to show y'all a game changing thing here. We're going to go back to the screen, go back, and we're going into this. Make sure y'all sign up for Deal Machine if you want to follow along. So I'm in Bear County. For the sake of this video, because I love doing this in multiple places, who wants me to build a list in their county? And if so, drop the name of your city in the comment section. Whatever I build, I'll send you a copy of it. Just message me on school or on Facebook. I'll pick one of y'all at random. Oh man, hold up, hold up, hold up. Where is it at? Where is it at? Madeline. What's up, Madeline? How are you? We're going to do Harris County. Harris County, Houston, Texas is number one. I'm going to build the first list in Harris County, Houston, Texas. Harris County. Where are you? There we go. Harris, Texas. Guys, Houston is one of the best markets that you can get into. You know, guys, one of my good friends, and he does real estate out here. His name's Byron Holman. He has a podcast that I would recommend everybody here take a look at. It's called Business Over Breakfast. So, Business Over Breakfast, man, they bring speakers on from all walks of life, but it's primarily a real estate podcast. He invited me out to Houston, and I mean, I don't know if you guys know anything about Houston, but in Houston, man, you're gonna get the Southern taste everywhere you go. Houston is a great, very culturally dominant city inside of Texas. I love Houston so much because you get it all, man. You get the music, you get the vibes, you get the food. Everybody's super friendly, super loving, and it's huge. There are people that rap that stay in Houston that don't even aren't even known outside of Houston and make millions of dollars in the music industry. Houston is known for its rich culture and the artists that are involved from every category of life, from literally the way that the buildings are constructed to the way that the city sanctioned off, from different areas in which you can build properties. Guys, let me tell you something about Houston. There's no property use codes that don't allow you to not build whatever you want in a neighborhood. You could be driving down Third Ward and you'll find a petting zoo, a car shop. It's a house. The petting zoo is still a house. The car shop is a house, and then a 20 unit apartment complex that's built in a place where a house should be. It just goes up instead of down. You guys get what I'm saying? So, guys, man, come on, man. Where are my people from Houston? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know what I'm saying? I love Houston, bro. It's a great market. Anybody can get inside Houston. There's different submarkets too, from Pasadena, Sugarland, Woodlands. I buy houses in Houston. So if any of you guys have real estate deals out there, I would love to take a look at them. I buy in Dallas, Houston, El Paso, Laredo, San Antonio, and Austin, Texas. So hit me up. And when I say Dallas, I'm talking about all of it. I'm talking about Fort Worth too. I love Tarrant County, love Dallas County, both places, man. And it's not saturated. That's the thing. Like it's impossible. It's literally impossible. There's every single day there is somebody who wants to sell a house, no matter where you're at. You just have to focus on being that person that people think of. This is called product recognition. You know, guys, let me just test this with y'all so y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all might not have the brand yet, or you might have not have figured it out that you have to embody your service. You have to embody your product. I'm going to name a product and I want you to tell me the first business that comes to mind. Coffee. First business that comes to mind. Somebody put in the chat right there. Product recognition. Why? Because they're dominant. I mean, I would say Dunkin' Donuts because I love Dunkin' Donuts, but that's because I used to weigh over 400 pounds. But Starbucks is fire, right? Let me try another one. Shoes. Right off of the rip, I already know. Nike, right? And so when I say all these different brands and you already know the product that's associated, the name of the brand that's associated with the product, when I say I want to sell my house, who do you think of? I'll wait. Do you have that type of awareness for your people? Do people know that you're that person that they should reach out to when they have a property for sale? Oh man, I could teach a whole sermon on that right there, boy. But let me tell you something. That is the next level when you embody the very thing that you become. A lot of people think about me when it comes to learning real estate because I've been teaching it for over a decade now. and I love it. I'm a guru guy, so I actually do the business. I actually buy houses. I actually have a portfolio. A lot of people don't, but I promise you guys right now that the better that you get at branding, the better that you get at making more content, the better that you get at being the first person that people think of, the more business is going to flock to you. I'm telling you, I can't even live without somebody sending me a real estate deal. I could die today and somebody could have not known about it, and I'd still get DMs every single day of people trying to send me real estate deals. And I love it. I appreciate it. It's part of the business. But make sure that y'all understand that part while you're building your marketing chains out. Because guys, marketing is so many things. And that's something we're gonna go over tomorrow. Okay. So we're gonna dive into Houston County, Harris County, Houston, Texas. Well, it's a great market. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna kind of sanction ourselves off a little bit because it's so huge. We're just gonna cover it all. It's not that big of a deal. This is going to be one of the first lists that I will build for everybody in here. And Madeline, I'm going to give you a copy of this. And I hope I'm saying your name right. I think it's either Mandolin or Manda. I don't, it's something like that. Lynn. Okay.
It's
So again,
correct. Thank you.
okay, cool. Mandolin. Got it. I knew it. This thing right here is your quick filter section. I'm going to filter first by property type. I only want everybody here to focus on single family. I'm gonna have all y'all screenshot this, okay? You can copy me if you want. That's okay. But I want you to know, I want you guys to come in here and get a little creative on your own. You're an artist. When it comes to building out a list of leads, y'all, you are an artist. So act like it. Paint your own picture. So we're gonna do properties between 100,000 to 500,000. I like my properties to have more than 2 bedrooms and 1 bath. There's more things that we can add, but for the sake of this video, we're not going to go over that part. I'm going to give you guys list stacks, and that's what we're going to honor. So the first list stack that I'm going to recommend, we're going to start with what I call the foundational list. Remember the tier system that I mentioned, right? We want to start with a big list first and then move our way down. So let's do it this way. I want to go over a list that I know is going to convert, where I'm going to have, I would say, more conversations with people. One thing that we can all say, come on, man, how many people in here have a grandma, grandmother still? How many of you guys have grandma and grandpa still alive? Right? Come on. I'm like, raise your hands. My grandmother passed away last year, and my real grandma, she passed away 8 years ago. All I have left is my grandpa. Right? So who here has that? I just want to kind of know. Like, and maybe I'm preaching to somebody, right? How many of them still have the same phone number that they've had since you were a kid? Come on, man. Like, I know some of us got those parents that are just old school, like updating the number, changing the number, switching carriers. Come on, man. I think it's a really cool thing to think about is that most of our grandparents that are senior owners, let me think about this, right? This is what's really cool is that they've had the same phone number for years. And so the skip tracing quality is actually a little bit higher because of this. And so targeting senior owners, this is something that we can kind of focus on, that we know that we're going to get genuine conversations on from people that are a little bit older, right? And we know that they're going to have the same phone number. It's just something that's a common thing. Man, I got to be preaching to somebody, dude. My grandpa's had the same phone number since I was 12 years old. Okay. And so I would tell you that that phone number is skip traceable. So let's go back into this. The first stack that we're going to do here is called senior. So senior owners is number one. I would imagine that in Harris County, there's going to be probably 50 to 60,000 senior owners that have a piece of real estate that's within this category of single family homes valued between 100,000 and 500,000 that has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. There's 253,000. That's how big this market is. Who said that Houston was saturated? I hope that this shows you that that's not accurate, okay? Now, because we're in Harris County, Houston has a law in regards to properties that have senior tax exemptions against them. So, guys, when you come of age and you're over the age of 65, if you want to get a tax break, you go down to the tax assessor collector or the tax treasurer. I don't know what it's called in your area, but you tell that person, you say, hey, um, I'm 65 and I want to pay less taxes. They'll put an exemption in your taxes against your property, and that'll knock off probably 30% of the bill. So if you were spending, I don't know, let's say $10,000, $5,000 a year on your property taxes, if you were spending that amount of money on your taxes, well, you can already knock 30% off just for being senior owner tax exempt. So that is an exemption. That's how Deal Machine gets the data. Is they surf through all of their property records and they find every single property that has a senior exemption attached to it. That senior exemption is what's going to be a part of the first foundational aspect of how we're building our client profile. Okay? So that senior tax exemption in the state of Texas, this may be different where you are, and it's imperative that I explain this to you guys. In the state of Texas, if you have a property that is delinquent in taxes multiple years, and the person who owns that property is over the age of 65, the state of Texas cannot take their property away from them for non-tax payments. And so what happens? I'm 65, I have a tax bill, I don't care to pay it. Those tax bill rack up every single year. And let's say something happens with Q. Q passes away. You're 65. I didn't pay taxes for 4 years. I died at 69. Those taxes roll back to my heirs. Now the city comes after those properties. If they find out that my death was recorded and somebody takes my death certificate down to the tax assessor collector and they show it to them, they update the ownership and they put my property title into an estate. Now the property becomes an estate. You see what I'm saying? Because my estate hasn't been finalized yet. A lot of people in San Antonio, man, let me tell you something. We're a very old school Mexican, and I would say like Mexican dominant city. A lot of us wait till the last minute to do things. Come on, can I get an amen? How many of you men in this call, you wait until the day before Christmas to shop for Christmas? Come on, I gotta be speaking to somebody here, boy. Dude, you know what I'm saying? I didn't buy Halloween stuff until the day before Halloween. Thanksgiving dinner wasn't bought until the day before Thanksgiving. That's just me. And again, that's not a quality that I'm proud of. I'm sorry, I'm Hispanic, and that's just the way that we are. You know what I'm saying? And so, guys, a lot of times when we're dealing with death, specifically in San Antonio, you have a lot of old school Mexican families, very conservative, that are stuck in their ways, that essentially go and, they pass away and they leave behind these these tax bills. And so, guys, senior owner being the first stacked against tax delinquent properties. This is great because this is how you're going to find two different types of lists. Either it's a senior owner who's just behind on taxes, period, or it's a senior owner and that person died. And that's why those taxes are behind. You see what I'm doing? I'm creating a scenario right here. I want you guys to understand what we do is, as an artist in the lead gen prospecting area of our wholesaling business, is we create what we feel that a motivated seller could be. You understand? And so again, guys, come on, drop a one in the comments if you're still with me. Are you getting game from this? Drop a one in the comments if you're really learning something today. Guys, like the business is 90% psychology, 20% what you actually do. That's a reality. Okay. So jumping into this, right? We want to look this up. We put the senior owner there. Now let's look up tax delinquency. Now, this is the kicker. This is going to be the icing on the cake for this list. This is the third stack, and if you target this one, I promise you, man, you're gonna get some good calls, and it's not going to be that big of a list. Last one. We want to match these properties against the USPS vacant list, and look at this. Look what it says: residential properties that are currently unoccupied. That's what we want. You see this little button right here? This is the stack indicator. Once you select match all, it takes all of your leads and stacks them together, which means that we are only looking at real estate properties that meet this criteria, that have all three specific things attached to it. From it being single family to the property being evaluated between 100,000 and 500,000, more than 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, that are owned by people at the age of 65, that the properties are currently vacant, and there is indeed a tax bill that is delinquent against that house. Look what we got. And I'll, test it even more. We're going to make sure that they're off market. I don't want the ones that are in the MLS. I don't care to go after the ones in the MLS. I'm looking for off market real estate deals. We don't do on market. I do off market. That's just my preference. But I'm giving it to you guys because that's what I would want for y'all. This is list number one. Guys, y'all see what I just did here? Come on, man. Everybody get some game from that? We just went from 200,000 prospects all the way down to 120 properties that are highly motivated. Like, I'm telling you, this is the stack of all stacks. If you target this list, you are going to get way more higher conversion. You can take this list and copy and paste it and marry it in any market, in any market. Okay. And so, guys, I'm going to build this list. Mandolin, if you can do me a favor and message me that I owe you this, I'll make sure that Alex and my admin Mace send that list to you when the call is over. And this call is also being recorded, guys. So I am going to upload this recording to YouTube later tonight. So it's imperative that you get ahead of the game because I don't want you working late or working in the morning to finish with your homework on day one on day two. Can I get an amen? I'm seeing this from y'all. So now we have our list. Once we hit view list, it'll pull up the 120 prospects that we have. Again, these are not leads. These are prospects, motivated seller prospects that meet a specific criteria. Now, this is what's really cool, guys. It comes with phone numbers. You see that? Is there a single record that you see that is a senior owner that does not have a phone number? Look at that. Come on, man. There's like what, three? Maybe? Out of 100 rows of leads. This is why the senior owner list is so powerful. It's because they have a phone number, bro. They've had the same phone number for years. Now, the beautiful thing about Deal Machine is you also get the relatives' phone numbers too. So if I can't get a hold of the person that owns the property, I can get a hold of the next of kin. I get a hold of the sister, brother, cousin, father, dad, son, mother. I can get a hold of anybody. That's what's amazing about Deal Machine, guys. And so again, you can click all of these and export them if you want, pop them into like a text message campaign, cold call them, whatever you want. You can cold call them through Deal Machine. I could even send letters to all of these people. This would be something that I would want to send letters to. So if I go ahead and I just select, I don't know, let's say 100, and then I type in lead action and then go into start mail. Where is it? Here. I can pick whatever design I want and I can send it off. 100 postcards will probably cost me about 50 bucks. That's nothing. Come on, that's convenience. That's convenience. We don't have to do that ourselves. And that, my friend, is the most beautiful thing about this business is that when you can make a process convenient like Deal Machine, you can increase your flow of rev that's coming in for your business because you're able to do things a lot faster than most of these other guys that are still doing them the old way. The old way. Okay, so guys, this is the list number one. This is part of your homework. I want everybody here to either copy this in their market, in their neighborhood, and then submit it. Alex is going to email all participants that actually were part of today's call. You guys know what it is that you need to do. This is homework piece number one. Okay, number two, let's go back and build another one. Guys, somebody give me another market. We did Harris County. That was fun for all of my Houston people. I love you guys, man. Houston's such a great place. And I spend a lot of time out there when I can. I love fishing in Galveston. We got Denver, Colorado, El Paso, Texas. Let's see. Warren County, Ohio, Denton County, Texas. I see GA. Okay. Bro, there's so many. I mean, I don't know how to pick. I don't know how to pick. You know what? I like Georgia. Let's run Georgia real quick. We'll do Georgia. What's a good county inside of Georgia? What's Atlanta? I think that's a great market, right? Atlanta. I think Atlanta's pretty known. What's a good county inside of Georgia? Like Atlanta County. Is that Fulton? Fulton County. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's do that together, y'all. Man, dude, it was a rough week last week, man. I don't know if y'all know this. So, like, one of my students, they really wanted to get mentored by me. And so they actually had a Frenchie that was born of a champion breed that they got from Dubai. Her name was Millie. She was such a sweetheart, dude. She got ran over last week and it's really been messing me up. So I took like a whole weekend off. But that's my dog, man. She was like a $20,000 dog. She had the bluest eyes, white coat. She was so beautiful. And guess what? I got her from a person that I mentored in Georgia that paid for mentorship and coaching with a Frenchie. And so I always wanted another Frenchie. I have my Frenchie, which is Biggie. Biggie, come here, boy. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? I know your girlfriend died. It's super sad. This is my dog, Biggie. We call him Big Butt. He doesn't actually have a big butt, but he loves it when you call him Big Butt. I don't know why. I think that's most women, but he's a boy. So it is what it is. That's my doggy. Yeah, his girlfriend got hit by a car. This little guy that got out together, super sad, but I got him from Georgia and Atlanta of all places. So let's go into Georgia together. I'm gonna land the plane on this here soon, guys. So just know we can hold all of our questions to the third day. So Georgia, Atlanta, Fulton County. Fulton County. Let's type that in, see if we can find it. There it is, Fulton, GA. Bro, what a crazy place, man. Then what's all of this? Why does it just go straight through like that? That's insane. Let's get rid of Harris County and go back. Now notice how I have the same stack still, right? So again, you can take the same stack that you want and you can marry it to another market. Look, guys, in Fulton County, GA, same stack that I had up here, same filters. You guys can screenshot this if you want. Same filters, right? Senior owner, tax delinquent, vacant homes, off market, single family, house is valued between 150K, more than two bedroom and one bathroom, 284 prospects here total. Man, I mean that this is just a good list in any market, y'all. I'm telling you, you can marry this to anything. Now, I think one of the most important things that people struggle with in this business is buyers. How many of you guys struggle with finding actual real cash buyers that aren't wholesalers, that maybe that's like been something you're stuck with. I don't know. Maybe it could be like a personality thing. I don't know. Maybe it could be like imposter syndrome there too, right? Where maybe you don't feel like you're getting good deals. You don't want to talk to an investor the wrong way. Guys, I love talking to people with money, bro. Like to me, they're normal people. They just have money. That's it. You know, at the end of the day, we're all equal in God's eyes. God ain't checking our bank account when we get to the pearly gates. He's checking our heart currency. What was in our heart is what matters when we get there, right? And so to me, when I meet somebody who has a lot of money, it don't really mean too much to me. I'd rather see how you choose to live and give than what you did to make money. So when I talk to people with money, I just know how easy it is to talk to people with money. And so maybe some of y'all don't have that gift yet. Maybe you still kind of got maybe some confidence issues. That comes with time. And I would recommend that everybody here start looking for buyers. You guys want to know where some of the best places are to find investors? You're not going to find them on the internet and Facebook groups. That's where you're going to find a lot of wholesalers claiming to be investors. Cigar lounges, golf clubs, golf courses, millionaires play golf. I'll tell you another one too. Country clubs. Country clubs, you can find old money there. One of my favorite places to visit, to be honest. And a country club, man, it's like a membership thing. And have to pay like $600, $700 a month, but you get access to like this really nice lounge area where a lot of wealthy people in suits come and they hang out, right? And I'll tell you this as well, man. At the auction, the real estate auction, every single Tuesday of every month, there is an auction for foreclosure properties somewhere in your county. I would recommend you guys look for that. If you can go to one of those foreclosure auctions, you only have like you can only buy properties with cash there. So a lot of the guys that come through, they all pay cash. Like they bring hundreds of thousands of dollars of cashier's checks, or they have a literal suitcase with a lock on it, handcuffed to their wrists of literal cash that they bring with them to buy at the auction. I'm telling you guys, everybody here should take a trip to the auction at least once. Pay the 50 bucks. Sometimes it's money to get in, sometimes it's free, and they'll give you a little tag with a little number. It doesn't matter. They're not going to check your bank account. You don't have to make bids on anything, but go as a networking opportunity to find people that are actually buying real estate. That's one of my favorite places to go. The auction is great. So again, cigar lounges, golf courses, country clubs, real estate auction every single year. And Robert, it's different in other places. In San Antonio, you don't do wires. You got to come there with certified funds. Let me see. All right, so we're in Atlanta. So why am I talking about buyers real quick before I go back to this? Why am I talking about buyers? Because why not do both? If I'm going to look for motivated sellers, why not look for motivated buyers too? Right? Like, wouldn't that be something that'd be logical to go after? Right? Like, why not both? Why not both? So, this right here is going to be the next list that I would recommend. First filter, again, we're going to clear all of these. I'm clearing them all, guys. I hope y'all saw that recording. You mean you're going to be able to watch it anyway. Property type, single family. I'm gonna do the same. It could be different. If you're in a market where minimum household is like 500K and up, then put those numbers there. You don't have to follow mine to the T because you may not get results. So I'm doing the same thing that I did. This is what I want you guys to go after. Let's not break the idea of what we're doing. Don't go overboard. Let's just keep it short, keep it simple, keep it quick. Okay. This is going to be one of my favorite ones. We're going to start with the first list. This is going to be the foundation. So Deal Machine creates the stack on this already. These are properties in which the owner doesn't reside and has owned their property for 15 years. These owners may be interested in selling their houses. So tired landlord as a filter is already three different things. It's a house that's owned by somebody who lives elsewhere. The metric of which they've owned it is over 15 years, and they may be interested in selling that home. So, guys, tired landlords, stack number one. We have 4,801 properties that have tired landlord as a filter. This is what I'm going to do now. We're going to do absentee owner just to fortify what we're doing. So these are people, again, they absentee own, they don't live there. We're going to match all. So we're stacking everything together. So it's a tired landlord, somebody's owned it for 15 years. Absentee, meaning they live there, they don't live at the property themselves. And the next one, we're going to do off market. And then the next one, vacant homes, 280. Again, they don't live at the property, they live elsewhere. They've owned it for 15 years. The house is not on the MLS, but it's currently vacant. That's list number two. And so for my guy that recommended Fulton County, if you can message me outside of this call, so I can share this list with you. I'll build it now. This is list number two, my friends. List number two. Okay. Now we're going to niche the heck down right now. We're going to niche down so heavily. I'm gonna, dude, this next one's going to be crazy. Okay. So, guys, now that we've developed list number two for this, so the system, Vincent, you got a great question. How does the system filter entitled landlords? Is it from a doc submitted from them? It's just based on their demographic of them owning a property for 15 years or more and not living there, right? So that would kind of assume it may be a tired landlord. So that's something to take a look at. Okay. Let's take a look. All right. So again, that's Fulton County. Let's run another county, guys, before I land the plane on today's call and give y'all homework. Oof, man. My guy Dustin, North Carolina. Okay. So guys, on this list specifically, we're gonna kind of do something different. Something different. And this one's going to be extremely niche. And I would say that I'm one of maybe three people that know about this. Okay. So I'm about to show all of you what this looks like. And we're going to do this in North Carolina. Now, North Carolina, it does not make records public. So a lot of times the information that we get is typically from title companies, and it's not that accurate. When I say it's not that accurate, that basically means that there could be like an inaccuracy in the data, right? But again, for all of my people that are here, that's not going to be a problem. We're going to try to build what we can, but for the most part,
David, never mind. And
we're going into North Carolina.
Yeah, another. Hey, yo, 12.
I had to put this on real quick while I'm building this list. I hope you guys don't mind.
Side. Yo, go get.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Let me pause it. I'm done playing around. Sorry. But anytime I think of North Carolina, that's the first thing that comes to my head, and I'm not even from there. So we'll clear all of these, and this one's going to be super niche. Okay. This one's super cool. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna first create our property type. We're just gonna do North Carolina. What's the name of the county in North Carolina? Mind you, like I don't know the area like that. Give me the name of a county in North Carolina. Is it Charlotte? Wake County? Is it Wake? Which one is it? Somebody tell me the county. Oh my God. Okay. What is the most popular place in North Carolina? Let's start there. Is in Charlotte? Okay, let's do that. No, Mecklenburg. Okay, cool. That's what we're doing. All right, Mecklenburg it is. Sorry. This one's for North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Swish it around your head. Spin it like a helicopter. This one's for you. This one's for who? Us, us, us. I grew up around that time, man. So to me, that song's like it's a staple in my heart. We're gonna do 100,000 to 500,000. We're gonna do the same thing again, y'all. The same thing. Okay. This filter that I'm gonna create is a little bit different. Okay. So again, we're gonna mess around a little bit, see what we can do. I want houses. Hmm. Let's go through this. Let's see. To be honest, probate as a stack is alone would be something that I would recommend that you guys should build. Like just right off of the rip. So like just straight up this, we'll get rid of Fulton here. Just type in probate and see what pops up. This would be something that I would feel would be mandatory for everybody here. Just go after this one just cuz. I'm not going to do a stack on this, but this would be a great the probate would just be a good one to go after. Okay. There is an extra requirement to how you go about facilitating these that do, I would say, have like require a specific level of education and expertise in the business, but it's not something that's like recommended. So we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna do this. I want the house to be owned by someone who's a senior. So we're gonna do that. So senior owner is gonna be number one. And then I'm gonna go here to where it says more filters. And let's do this. I want houses that have specific characteristic. So I'm gonna say building style. Maybe, no. Let's go back. Let me search. Two-story. It doesn't look like they have that. Okay, all good. Senior owner, we'll say mortgages. How many mortgages they have against their property? We'll say two. Greater than two. We'll say anything greater than zero is fine. These are all houses that are owned by a senior that have two active mortgages against the property. What does that tell you guys? What does that tell you? I know this is like super niche. I'm just showing you how far we can go. Why would somebody over the age of 65 still owe money on a house, let alone have two loans against the property? What happens over the age of 65? What happens to your health? So when I need to pay for something, right? What can I pull from? Get what I'm saying? Put another loan against my house. So I put up one. I refinanced my property. I pulled a bunch of money out. I'm 65. I need to take care of myself. Well, okay, that's one. Well, I needed to take care of something else now, and it required me to pull a second loan against my house. Second one. To maybe it's a HELOC, like a home equity line of credit, right? Now I have two pieces of debt against my house, and I'm over the age of 65. That's a problem. That's something to look at. Something to look at. You see what I'm doing? You guys see how creative you can get with this? Let's go even further, man. So the third list, guys, I'm going to ask y'all to not just copy, but to mirror the level of creativity that I am operating in, right? So let's go ahead and clear that specific filter, right? So we'll take that filter and clear that. Take this, delete the condition, and we can go even further. So we'll say, sale history. Well, let's take away senior owner and we'll say last sale date. I want properties that were bought within, let's say, the last year, last 2 years, from October 1st to today, and then confirm. All within the same category of properties that we're looking at. There's 13,000 houses that were bought within the last 3 years, right? Now, everybody buys a house. Nobody's expecting to die right afterwards. 9 of these people just bought a house, mortgage and everything, within the last 3 years that are recently deceased, that have active probates against them. You see what I'm doing? Ah, come on, man. Am I opening up y'all's minds right now? If y'all getting value from this, I need to see a fire emoji or a one in the comments. Ain't nobody looking for that. Now, why is that important? Why would you go after a lead like that? Well, it's somebody who just bought a property and they died. Nowadays in 2025, it takes two incomes to pay for one property. Guys, these are death twos. Who here is familiar with subject to? Who knows what subject to is? A death to is just like a subject to, but a subject to is where you take over a mortgage or you're buying a property subject to some type of existing debt. Debt. When you do a death to is when you do all of the inheritance paperwork to get the spouse or whoever owned the property to inherit the debt, and then you buy it sub to. That's called a death to. That is a very unique creative strategy. I know a lot of you guys might not know what the hell that is. That's fine. That is expert level stuff. But for the third list, I want you guys to get as creative as possible and to make this happen using this recording as your foundation for how you're doing this. Okay. So, guys, does everybody have their homework? Now, I'd love for y'all to be a part of what we're doing on the other side, man. For everybody that joins the group, I'll give you all of my scripts, all of my courses, everything that you need to be successful in this business. The link for the homework is in the comment section. For all you guys that want to be a part of the paid community, it's there. Okay. And it's in the school group. So I'd love to have you guys a part of this movement where we teach things like death to, creative finance, subject to, we teach lease options, we teach wraparound mortgages, we teach curative title. I'll show you guys how to find a lead source where every deal that you get could be an easy 50 to 100K spread. And there are people that are already in the community that can attest to this. Okay. It's 25 bucks to get in. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I'm raising the price to 50 bucks literally in like a couple of days. So this is me doing this for y'all. For the next 100 people that join the group, it's 25. After that, it goes up 50. After that, 75. After that, 100. And guys, going to keep going up. because the demand for this is crazy and nobody's teaching this stuff. And so, guys, y'all all have your homework. I'm super excited for everybody here. I'm telling you this from experience. We get a huge drop off on these calls. So I'm only expecting maybe 40 of you to show up. I'll crack an egg on my head if I get more than 60 people in that call. And I'll do that before we even start. That's my promise to everybody here. Okay. So, guys, I'm super excited for y'all to be a part of this movement that we're doing. Would love to have you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to go over marketing. Tomorrow is where everybody's going to get their hands dirty in the business. I'm going to give you a script. I'm going to teach you how to comp. I'm going to teach you how to submit an offer. And I'm going to teach you how to market to these properties. Okay. And you're going to get homework and metrics. Day 2 is going to be way more tough than day 1. So let's rock and roll. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. The uploading of this call will be uploaded here in the next, I'd say, 4 hours. So you guys can see it then. Make sure you save the group for your homework. The homework link is in the comments. Copy and paste that into your notes. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Love y'all so much, man. God bless you guys. Y'all have a good one.